founder of Bianca's Kids, a nonprofit organization that grants wishes for needy and struggling children. With me here today are some of the special people that make the magic happen behind Bianca's Kids. These are three of many of my board of directors, but I wanted to have them on today just so that we could talk about how Bianca's Kids came to be. These girls work so incredibly hard, and thanks to their efforts, over 12,000 children and families have benefited from our organization. So let me start by introducing you to some of our board of directors. To my left, Vanessa Andricola.
Hi, everyone.
To my right, Gabriella Michael. And on the far end there is my BFF, Maria Libro.
Hi, everyone.
I brought the girls on today because, like I said, a lot of people see me, whether it's through videos or on our Facebook page, and the truth is that none of what we do and none of the success that we enjoy would be possible if not for these women. Let's talk a little bit about how we got started, because Lord knows I don't think anybody ever thought that we would be here now. It's in 2010, I lost my niece Bianca, and I wanted to start a nonprofit organization in her memory because she cared deeply about children, especially needy children. And when I realized that I was going to start Bianca's Kids, I believe my first phone call might have been to you, Vanessa.
Yes.
Yes. And then my second call was to Maria.
Yes.
And then shortly thereafter, Gabby joined us, which was amazing. Let me just have a show of hands. Did anybody think that 5 years later we'd be in a studio shooting
Never.
a talk show and have 12,000 kids under our belt and the amazing array of wishes that we've granted?
No.
And
Never.
It's been an amazing journey, and it's been surreal, just the amount of people that we have met and seen how people want to give, and it's so great to see
It's
that.
true.
That's what I've seen along the way is.
It's true. I think it definitely heightened our belief of what we already knew, was that there are so many good people out there.
Yes.
And when you run a nonprofit, you have the amazing opportunity of meeting great people. People want to give. And I think Bianca's Kids gave them a safe way of doing it. Gabs, why don't you tell everybody why you think people feel safe about donating to Bianca's Kids?
I think that we really provided an easy way for people that were looking to give back, because we were able to, one, do it without an overhead. So people are very comfortable giving to us knowing that 99% of everything we raise goes directly to the children. And I think there's definitely a transparency about Bianca's Kids that doesn't exist with many other nonprofits.
Right.
Every wish we grant is visible on all of our social media sites. When we're thinking about something, we put it out there, and we have many events where we bring people in. We try to bring in the community as much as possible.
Right.
Like when we do things about children giving to other children,
Yeah.
or we do things in the community where we're based. It's because we know those people want to help. And I think with social media or other forms of media being focused a lot on the negativity in the world, we
Absolutely.
really are a source of light.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You and I talked, Maria, real early on about how we wanted our kids to be involved. Like, it was super important for us. All the girls on my board are parents, and it was really important for us that our children learned through example, through our
Absolutely.
work, right? And
Yes,
your kids
absolutely.
have done a few things.
Oh, yeah. My son actually just received an award for being able to help children that were in need.
That's awesome.
And, that's not something that you can teach. It's just something that comes from within. And I think from Bianca's Kids, I think that has, brushed off on Anthony and Ariella, because it's teaching them that giving back to others and being thankful for what you have, and realizing what others don't, and every day how much just helping other people really goes a long way.
It certainly does. And I don't think there's a better lesson that we can teach our children.
Never.
You know, you can.
Ava's school Ava's president of her school, and she just got involved with the teachers, and they raised $500 on their own for Bianca's Kids. So it was her way to almost run a fundraiser on her own.
And Ava
Yes.
is how old?
She's 10.
So Ava's
she's
her
really-
daughter, 10 years old, and she's running. To me, that's the best part that came out of this whole thing, is that we were able to show our kids. And as parents, we can talk a lot, But when you're actually doing it,
Actions speak louder than words.
you better believe it, sister.
Yes, amen.
My next question to each of you, I'd like each of you to answer it, is that, we hear from our friends a lot of the times, or anytime you watch TV, I mean, we're all career women, we're all trying to juggle, work, families, careers, husbands, houses, cooking, and all that stuff. You hear women go, I don't have time to do my nails. But sometimes somehow all of you have been able to work your careers, work your families. Maria's got kids at an age where she's running back and forth to soccer and to dance practices. You have an infant. Ava's very involved at school, president of her school. And somehow you girls are all able to take the discretionary time you have and run a successful nonprofit. How, for each of you, has that been hard for you?
No. I think it's a choice.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
because
rewarding.
you get a
It's
lot
a
of
rewarding choice,
right.
yeah.
I have my job. I make money from my job. I take care of my daughter. Take care of my husband. This is something I chose. This is something that helps other people, feeds my soul, not
Yeah.
my family. And so it's a no-brainer. When you see someone that's in need, how do you say no? You find the
true.
time to make what they want happen.
And it's true.
This
It's
is,
a choice.
People have hobbies. This is my hobby.
Exactly.
Right, right. And how rewarding of a hobby, right?
Exactly.
And for you, full-time working, new baby.
I just think it's a prioritization, the way that you prioritize your life. I don't think any other category of my life gives back to me the way this does. I don't think
true.
that my job, even though I love it, and my family, even though I love them, nothing has made me as grateful as this, because I'm able to
So
see
true. Yeah.
how lucky
Yes.
we are and how great the world really is, how much we can do to make it better. I think there's often times where you can feel a bit overwhelmed by the negativity of the world, but Bianca's Kids
definitely.
is truly an example that one person can make a difference. You
I
don't
think that's
see
the
that a
best,
lot.
but
Yes, me
all of
too.
these things are things that, a lot of people will say, my God, you girls, you work so hard, you do so much, it's such, selfless work, and, we're always telling them it really isn't. It's incredibly selfish work, because if you had any idea of what we get back, I mean, just to be able to lay your head down on a pillow at night and know that, 12,000 kids have prom dresses, or have after school fees, or have had their wishes granted, whether it's to go meet the Eagles, or to go have a birthday party they've never had before. I mean, I don't think that many people can say that. The fact that we can go to sleep with that in our minds is pretty amazing, and hopefully we've only just begun, right?
Exactly. The fact to give children backpacks and pencils, a thing that we take for granted.
Yes.
Right.
The little things that mean so much to others. Enema cookies,
Anything.
lipstick.
I know.
The
Yeah,
everyday
things we take for
life
granted.
It makes you
necessities.
appreciate, and it makes you feel so thankful and so sad for these other people, but you want to be able to give back, and we can, and we have made a difference.
And we did in big ways. And what I want to do after we come back from this commercial break is do a little flashback with everybody about some of the wishes that we've granted and talk about our memories of it. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, stay with us. After this commercial break, we will be back. Where are we going, Keith? Okay, hang in there with us. We're going to come back and talk about some of the wishes that Bianca's Kids has granted. This episode of Bianca's Kids was brought to you by Work Zone Contractors in Deptford, New Jersey. Come right back.
In a world where bankers have lost all interest, where robots and fat cats rule our fortunes, one woman will stand up and strive to do the impossible. Be treated like a person. Friends and neighbors will join her quest. Ordinary people will band together against the forces of corporate greed. And together they will form Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, already in a neighborhood near you.
Imagine the finest hand-selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
Your credit score is yours, and at Experian Credit Expert, we want to help you really use it. With access to helpful Experian experts over the phone and online, we can help you use it to get a better idea of what info the banks have on you. Use it to get more choice of mortgages. Use it to make your money go further. Take the next step to improving your financial future with your free 30-day trial at experian.co.uk.
here at Freppi's Tex-Mex, you can definitely taste the freshness in our food. You should definitely come to Freppi's because it's a great place. You can bring your family, very kid-friendly. All my servers are amazing, friendly people. Everyone here is just happy to serve, and I think it shows. The thing that sets us apart is the quality and freshness of our food. And I think once you try it, you'd be coming back. I'm Joe DeSario, co-owner of Freppi's Tex-Mex in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Hey, my name is Jimmy Love, and I'm here to tell you about an exciting new television show called Buy, Sell, or Give It Away. Tired of waiting for those high-priced newspaper ads to print? You call them up and you have to wait 2 or 3 days for the ad to show up? Well, no more waiting. Every day, right here at noon, from 12 to 1, Buy, Sell, or Give It Away is going to be accessible for you to call in. Maybe you got a boat for sale. I'm selling my pet dinosaur. Maybe you want to sell your house. Give away some furniture to a family in need. Just give us a call. We'll tell everybody what you have for sale or what you're looking for, and your response will be immediate, and it's free. Hey, listen, summertime is coming. Maybe you want to buy a travel trailer or maybe rent a travel trailer. Just give us a call. Buy, Sell, and Give Away. Fantastic show. Don't miss it. Tune in every day from 12 to 1 right here at RadioVisionNetwork.com. Buy, Sell, or Give It Away.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
And we're back with the board of directors of Bianca's Kids. And so, girls, we talked about all of the wishes that we've granted, and I brought with me a few pictures today of some of our wishes past. And, you know, each of you contribute in different ways. So let me have our producer put up a picture of one of our wishes we've granted and see if we can't remember some of the details of this.
Aww.
I know. Aww. This is, why don't you tell us, Gabby, who that was?
So that is Sana and her 3 beautiful granddaughters. Michelle had written into www.biancaskids.org, and Michelle had put in a request. Michelle was friends with a woman named Tara, who had recently been the victim of a murder. It was pretty awful. It was all over the news. And when we were contacted by Michelle, we had no idea it was the same woman we'd seen all over the news.
Yeah.
This young mother, Tara, was taken from the world very early. She left 3 children behind who were living with their grandmother, Sana, who you saw in that picture. These 3 little girls were so lovely. They'd been through so much, but they were really just some bright, sweet little girls. And we got the wish request for new beds for them.
Yeah, new mattresses.
But when we realized what an ordeal these little girls had been through, we took it to another level, and we decided to do complete room makeovers since they had to move in with their grandmother. And so we were able to get a carpenter volunteer this time. We were able to get friends volunteer their time. Sleepy's donated mattresses to us.
That's right.
And we were able to, Home Depot donated paint to us.
Yep.
And we were able to completely transform their bedrooms. And it was really amazing because you could see them just light up when they walked into their room. And we wanted to make sure that they felt like their grandmother's home was their home, which is really important after you've already had a loss.
Right.
You know, you lose a parent, but then for your entire life to be changed and uprooted is big enough. And we were really able to bring smiles on their faces.
That was such a fun wish. The
Yeah.
reveal of that wish, right? Was
Yes.
remember how cute they were when they, because we not only redid their bedrooms ceiling to floor, but you guys worked to detail each bedroom to each child's, you know,
we themed them.
We
did music
for
music for the oldest daughter.
Right.
That was her really big thing.
She loves music. Yeah.
For the middle little girl, we did all gymnastics. That was her really big thing. And then the youngest little girl, she was adorable. She was only 8 years old at the time. She was really into SpongeBob. So we did a few SpongeBob accents. We could go overkill.
Right. That was, I loved that wish and how awesome. Bianca's Kids grants wishes for children ages 0 to 18, and we like to help children that are struggling really for any reason, whether it's financial, emotional, physical. whatever their struggle is, our job is to bring joy to those kids. And for the 3 children of Tara Alicia, they'd been through an incredibly hard time. To lose a mom at that age is difficult. To lose your mom to murder at that age is just something altogether different. So that was a real joyous event. Let's go to picture number 2, and this is our day of joy at St. Christopher's Children's Hospital in Philadelphia. Vanessa, you want to tell everybody a little bit about that, your memories of that day?
That was very awesome. I mean, the St. Christopher's Hospital is for children, and we did a day of joy there where we set up, we had a magician, we had a clown, and we had a tasty cake mascot, which I didn't even know existed. And
Kirby
was, who knew
Kirby the Crimpet. Kirby the
biggest
Crimpet.
hit ever.
Yep.
So
the kids loved Kirby.
They
Who
loved
doesn't
Kirby.
love a Crimpet?
Yep.
Duh.
So we had a whole room
We had
set
Elmo,
up.
right? Did you say Elmo?
We had Elmo, oh my gosh.
Elmo was huge.
Elmo
They
was
loved
huge.
Elmo.
Yeah.
So we had several characters, we had several crafts, and some of us stayed in the one room where children actually would come. That's their free time room to play. And then we took our wagons around, and we'll get to that in a moment. But what I remember is all these kids coming in with their moms, like or dads, wheeling them in. And the one boy came in, and he had a blanket over his head, completely covering himself. And so I just said, is he okay? And the mom said, he thinks he looks ugly. He doesn't want to be seen.
Oh,
And I said,
I remember that.
And he was really upset. He didn't want to be in that room because he was waiting to play his video games. And we had a magician set up, so he wasn't happy.
Oh, I
So
remember that.
Then he's kind of peeking under the blanket, and I started talking to him. I said, "Oh, you're here for the video games. What do you want to play? And do you like Minecraft?" It's the only thing I could think of because my daughter loves Minecraft. And his eyes lit up, and he looked at me.
Connected them on a
and
camera.
I said, "Okay, I connected something." And he started talking about Minecraft, and what he had was a cleft lip. The child was gorgeous. I mean, he's gorgeous. All
They're
children
all
are gorgeous,
beautiful.
but he was good looking, and he was very self-conscious. But then he just forgot about it. So that was just one of my favorite moments of that day.
Absolutely.
But then to be able to, each of us took different floors, and we had a wagon stocked with crafts, tasty cakes, cotton candy,
coloring books,
decks of cards for the
decks
older
of cards,
children.
yeah.
And we just went room to room with the nurse, and they were able to tell us who we could go in and see and who we couldn't. And if we didn't see them, we would just leave the things. And if we could see them, the smiles on their faces to be able to see characters and people that have things for them, and
they're laying in beds for for those kids that couldn't ambulate or were too sick to get out of bed. We would, like you said, go around and bring the fun and bring the joy to them. That brought about just so many. I mean, talk about realizing how lucky we are.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my goodness, just see those parents are just laying out on the floors in the
Exhausted.
hospital, tired, not sleeping, and just to be able to bring a smile to these kids' faces that were going through, fighting for their lives. That was a pretty special day.
And we're doing it again.
That's right.
We're doing Christmas in
We
July.
have Christmas in July coming
For
up.
St. Christopher's,
Yep.
so I'm super excited about
Stay
that.
tuned.
Yep.
And see how they do when we rip Santa Claus down the halls, and we happen to have a 6'8" Santa Claus, which is
Yes.
amazing, a larger than life Santa.
Absolutely.
Let's go to the next picture and see what we have here. Tiffany, this was such a great wish. Tiffany, I'll talk a little bit about Tiffany. This wish was granted by our board of directors up in our North Branch in Edison, New Jersey. Tiffany was 17 years old last May when she sent in a wish. She wanted to go to prom, and like every other kid, she wanted to look beautiful and go to prom with dignity. Unlike most kids, Tiffany was battling brain cancer at the time. And so what we decided to do was to make her prom wish come true by providing her with a gown and a wig and professional hairstyling and a professional makeup artist and transportation, required special needs transportation for her. She just wanted this to be like a night she would never forget. And our girls up in North Jersey made that happen. Keith, I think you have the after picture of Tiffany after. There she is. I know
She looks
she's
beautiful.
I love this
absolutely
wish.
beautiful, and she just felt so great being. She felt like a star. She had this whole team of people, making sure she looked great, and she had such a great time. And unfortunately, shortly after prom, Tiffany lost her battle with cancer, but she took with her a lasting memory, I'm sure, of her time here on Earth, which is, whew,
And that's the hardest part.
of what we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Passionate.
We know that, even though she was so sick, that we gave her a memory and we made one of her last days on earth very happy and very special. And that's the only thing that can bring peace to the situation. You can't make it any better, but you can make the days that they're here a little bit better.
Yeah, that's true, and a little bit brighter, and I'm happy we were able to do that because obviously besides the wish we did for Tiffany, we have from the very beginning focused on prom night because we learned very early on in our work with the Division of Youth and Family Services that prom is an expense that a lot of children can't afford.
And the foster
tickets
prom,
and
we realize that sometimes that's when the siblings actually are able to reunite.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
ones that are adopted or fostered separately.
when they do the prom through DIFAS. They're
Yeah.
not called DIFAS anymore. I think it's Children and Family Services. Bianca's Kids works directly with some of the
State organization.
the state organizations and kids that are in foster care, and like I said, prom has always been something important for us because we feel that it's a rite of passage that every child deserves to be able to experience with dignity. And so we've provided, oh my gosh, thousands and thousands of prom dresses across the
David's
state
Bridal.
of New Jersey. Right, David's Bridal this year just donated almost 1,000 brand new prom dresses and 600 or 700 pairs of shoes and.
Yeah.
And there were kids,
Amazing.
in foster care all over the state that were able to, go to their closets at their local, DIFAS agencies and pull a dress for free. And we have Bianca's closets that are set up in various schools around New Jersey where children that go to attend those high schools can go downstairs and borrow a dress from Bianca's closet for free. And then we've also paid for tuxedo rentals for boys, which is great, and also prom tickets. I mean, it really is an incredible expense.
We don't think of it as a luxury, but it is.
It is.
The bottom line, it's a
Absolutely.
luxury.
Most definitely, it's a luxury. But yeah, Tiffany's wish was a great one, and there's a lot of these angels that we have served who have lost their battle. But how great to be able to touch a child's life while they're still here on this earth, and know that you did something to make one of their days super special.
And how lucky to be touched by them.
Yeah,
To
oh
be
gosh,
able
Yes.
every
to
one of
spend
them.
those final moments with them.
Every one of them. We always say that, like, people thank us all the time, and our response is always, it's our honor and complete.
Yeah, our pleasure. Don't
Yeah.
thank us.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing us, right? We always talk about how the incredible feeling that comes with reaching out your hand to a child in need, and when you do that, you tap into euphoria. And
Yeah.
we have always talked about how addicting the feeling is of being able to reach out into our community and help children. And we've reached out now across the U.S. We've got kids in as far away as California and Texas and Virginia and the Carolinas, Boston, New York. I mean, we've hit at least half of all the states, which is great.
We've only just begun.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I have no idea what's coming for us, but I know that I hope that the past is a good indication of the future. And
Absolutely.
maybe
It always
another 5
is.
years we can put another 12,000 kids in our pocket there. Should we go to the next picture, Mr. Producer, or should we take a break? Good. Perfect. Okay, our next picture is Didi. Oh gosh, Didi is amazing. Anyone want to take the lead on this?
Well, we met
Well-
Didi's, who was it, grandfather?
Yes.
And he is the one who came up to us when we were at the municipality.
Yes.
And wanted to talk to us about the fact that she had outgrown her wheelchair
Yes.
and desperately needed something to travel in. I mean, he
Right.
couldn't carry her anymore. She
Literally
was, how
could
old
not
was she?
carry her.
12?
Didi was, I think she is 14, I think. Yeah, if I remember correctly, she's 14. Her grandfather, who's an amazing man, Jerry, sent in a wish to Bianca's Kids through www.biancaskids.org. And Jerry sent us a message explaining to us how much he absolutely lived for his granddaughter who suffers from cerebral palsy.
Yep.
And he also explained the complications of these very expensive strollers. I think they're called Convade strollers, and they're custom made for each child, and with the intent that the kids can use them as they grow. So as you can imagine, custom made where it'll last for all these years. And these type of strollers are not covered under Jerry's insurance, and he was literally having to carry this child from her wheelchair, which didn't fit in his car, to the doctor's office and back. And Jerry is not a young man. I mean, it's and special needs children turn into special needs adults. At this point, Didi was like over 100 pounds. Her family was she was basically homebound. She couldn't, anywhere. If you think about stairs, you can't bring a stroller up and down stairs. Yeah. So let's break there, and we'll talk a little bit more about that life-altering wish that we granted for Didi, and we will be back in a couple minutes. This episode of BK Talk was brought to you by Work Zone Contractors in Deptford, New Jersey. See you on the flip side.
Here, we have an attractive orange and a distinguished apple. The two similar, but opposites. Theory, a wingman is needed, or perhaps a wing lemon. A friend to the orange and an acquaintance to the apple, the lemon brings the two opposites together. See, with a little fresh thinking, the universe can be surprisingly smooth.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Fitzpatrick's. Deli dine for breakfast and lunch. And at night, gourmet dine for dinner with entrees and specialty sandwiches including certified black Angus cuts of beef and wild-caught seafood, plus catering options for specialty events. Since 1989, Fitzpatrick's, your hometown place with upscale tastes.
Apple Ridge is about freedom. Apple Ridge is about community. Apple Ridge is about home. Apple Ridge, everything you want, more than you expect. Welcome to your new neighborhood. Apple Ridge Senior Living. Enjoy a maintenance-free, affordable luxury lifestyle today. Visit appleridgeseniorliving.com and find out more about the Apple Ridge experience.
Hi, I'm Jim Turpin, host of Your Best 50. Please join me every Thursday at 3:30 where we'll cover topics that are important to the baby boom generation and their kids. And let us help you make this your best 50.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
And we're back with BK Talk and the board of directors of Bianca's Kids. Girls, when we last left off, we were talking about Didi, who was 14 years old when her grandfather sent us a wish for a custom-made stroller. Didi's grandfather happens to be a pillar in his community. He does so much volunteer work, and he teaches teens in Cumberland County how to box, and he's very active in his community, and he is obsessed with this granddaughter Didi. And so we were lucky enough to be able to raise the money that we needed to gift Didi this stroller. And the best part of it, I mean, how about when Grandpa sends us follow-ups with Didi at the Christmas parade?
All these different places that she...
Yes,
so
we can go
we gifted
now.
her with freedom.
It's
That's what's amazing.
It's
changed
exactly
her whole
what it was.
And him as well.
Right.
Yes, exactly. That wish for me was, I mean, they're all so incredibly
And he
special.
was so grateful.
Oh
I mean,
my
he
gosh,
was
he still
so
is.
grateful. Absolutely.
And
Right.
he would send pictures, like he still does to this day. He'll
Oh,
send me
goodness.
texts of, here's Didi at the Christmas parade, the first Christmas parade she was able to go to. And then a couple of weeks ago, he sent me a follow-up picture of Didi at the mall. And it was the first time Didi was able to shop at a mall.
Oh,
it was the best.
Awesome.
You're standing there holding her little purse and everything,
Yes.
going around the mall. And for him, he's able to. He doesn't need to carry her anymore. So what Vanessa said is absolutely the truth. We gave Didi and her grandfather the gift of freedom. I hope that we can continue to make those kind of wishes come true, because that was just such an amazing gift. Let's go to our next, and I believe, is that our last picture?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was great. Little Anthony. Oh gosh.
He couldn't be cuter.
No, he couldn't.
In
He was
person,
the
he's
cutest.
even cuter than his pictures. I don't know how it's possible. It's somehow
It's
is.
true.
But he's so like chill.
Oh my gosh, he's
like,
so
you know,
cute.
it's like he doesn't even know that he looks that cute.
I know.
He's gonna steal the women's heart.
I know.
Starting it from 10 on.
He stole ours. He
it.
stole ours through pictures. So this wish, Maria, was a wish that you helped facilitate. Why don't you tell us about it? I think it came from somebody
Yes,
that you
it
work
came
with.
from a very good friend of mine, Cecilia. I work with her at the Home Depot, and she follows Bianca's kids on a daily basis. She loves
She
us.
does, yeah.
And she is an angel sent from God. She works with children voluntarily through the Home Depot with Children's Workshop, and she does all fun type of activities with them. And she's met Anthony through this workshop. Well, she just loved him. His smile just stole her heart.
He is.
And she found out that he has epilepsy. And it just broke her heart. She wanted to be able to do something for him to make him smile even more.
Right.
So she was like, what can I do? What can I do? So we had like a local fire company come in because he likes fire trucks and stuff like that. But she's like, you know what? I want to do something even better. What can I do that's really going to put a huge smile on his face? So Cecilia was like, how about the Eagles? He loves the Eagles. So I said, you know what, Cecilia, write a wish to www.biancaskids.org requesting, talk from your heart, tell her what you want. You know, Debbie's an awesome person. If she thinks he's entitled to a wish, she's going to give it to him. And sure enough, she responded, and, you know, you girls came to the Home Depot, granted Anthony with a bunch of balloons, and everyone was there to, you know, grant him as he walked in, and he got granted the wish to go see the Eagles in training camp. Like, wow, how awesome is that?
He was something else.
He thought he was there for a craft day, and then remember we said, we're about to give you something really special, and he was like,
he was
T-ball?
there for a kid's
We were like,
workshop.
what we have is even better than T-ball,
And
buddy.
T-ball, yes, you're gonna love
We
that.
trumped your T-ball.
His smile is outrageous.
Oh, he was
Yeah, he was
completely
really
edible.
His mom was so happy.
His mom is
His
Michelle.
mom,
Yes.
She's incredible.
And Cecilia was so happy. So being able to grant that wish and seeing how happy he was and his
I
mom
mean,
was,
we
and
have
Cecilia.
pictures all over in our hallway with Anthony and Cecilia
At Home
and
Depot?
BK and Home
Yeah.
Depot because
That's
it
great.
touched everyone. It
Yeah.
wasn't just Anthony and his mother and his family and us. It was the whole community.
It's true.
And and you know, this little boy who has epilepsy is still so happy every day. And then you have children that are totally healthy and just miserable.
Take it for granted.
Yeah,
right?
take it for granted. But yet this little kid suffers from this disease.
I mean,
and
this kid has so many seizures a day. You would never in a million years know it. In fact, he had a seizure right before we went to grant his wish that day. And I mean, he was smiling from ear to ear, and that's another gift that just that continues to give to us is the amazing strength of the children that we meet that are struggling through obstacles that adults could never deal with, and they do it with a smile.
it's infectious.
It is infectious, and we're so blessed to do what we do, and we hope that we can continue doing it for many years to come. Girls, it was so great to have you guys on. I hope you're going to come back and do a bunch of shows with us, right?
Yeah, this was great. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it was
Thank
great.
you for
So
having
a little
us.
BK love. Love my girls. Thank you so much for all you do for Bianca's kids.
Thank you
Thank
for being
you,
our
Debbie.
fearless leader.
Yes,
Absolutely. Okay, so we hope you will join us next week. And in the meantime, check us out on Facebook at Bianca's Kids. We're also on Twitter and on Instagram at Bianca's Kids. And if you'd like to submit a wish, it's www.biancaskids.org. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.